Welcome back, everybody, to another video. I'm here with Jam. How you doing, Jam?
Chilling.
Uh,
Got
Today
some big news.
we got big news, and we're joining you right after Comic Con. Comic Con just ended, and one of the biggest things that I heard
The
come out
biggest,
of
I would say.
probably the biggest thing that we heard come out of San Diego Comic Con 2024 is the return of Iron Man as Doctor Doom.
The Iron Man as Doctor Doom. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
yeah.
I swear, man. If I see another fucking comment about somebody doing that Tropic Thunder, I'm the dude disguised as a dude dressed. If I see another person comment that one more time, I'm not gonna do anything. But still,
Lose
it's
my
incredibly
shit.
frustrating because you guys are all posting the same shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyways. I
So
mean, I get it.
what
I
what
get
was your
it.
first impression when you saw it?
A little bit of shock. Yeah, definitely shock. Definitely shock. Like I was
Same
surprised.
here, same here.
It's like you're surprised, but you're not at the same time. When mixed, definitely mixed feelings about it.
I can
Just
tell.
because mixed in the sense because I have faith in Robert Downey Jr. as an actor, and I actually do have faith in how they're going to pull it off. And they're not going to, I imagine it's going to be some sort of alternate version of Tony Stark, um, who's essentially like there is no Tony Stark in his reality. There's only Doom, right?
Yeah,
And and he is what Tony Stark was in our universe. He's that, but as a villain for whatever his universe and his reality is. And I have faith that Disney's going to pull it off, right? The other side of it is that so I thought I still am under the impression that at some point in time, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man is gonna make his way back. Maybe he's not going to be the form that he's not going to be the guy that we knew, but essentially like what they did with Wolverine, right?
the
Like there's going to
multiverse
be
version of
that comes out and just his face and seeing him in the suit again is going to give people that pop that they're probably desperately looking for at that time, whether it be during Secret Avengers, which is where I would put my money on that you would get that kind of moment, but or maybe it's the following Avengers phase that comes out after that. But my main concern is that seeing already RDJ back for all this time as Doom leading up to that possibility is going to water down that moment. Like it would have a different impact. I just imagine being in the theaters and Iron Man shows up and the Iron Man and the face reveal and it's Robert Downey Jr. in a big pivotal moment, or something to that effect, and the fucking crowd goes crazy, right? And it you saw the crowd go crazy just seeing his face on anything tied Marvel, in this case Doctor Doom. And the reveal was pretty intense, man. Like they go up there and then there's only one person that can play him, and then he's up there and he takes the mask off and fucking the crowd goes crazy. And whether they went crazy because it's him as
RDJ.
Doctor Doom, or is it just seeing Robert Downey Jr.'s face at a convention? I think that's what it is more than anything, to be honest. But you have to think about it, and you're sitting there, and you're kind of just like your excitement, but then there's shock at the same time, and now you're kind of sitting there running the scenarios in your head, trying to figure out what they're planning to do. I don't know,
Yeah,
like to put it short, excited, but still kind of hesitant with
taken
it.
aback.
Yeah, still kind of a little bit mixed with it because I'm not exactly sure what where we're gonna go from here because it could go bad as much as it could go
Yeah,
good, and so I don't know. I do have faith in Robert Downey Jr. obviously as an actor, and he's probably going to be great as Doctor Doom. You got a lot of people calling for like Killian Murphy to play him, and that I thought that would have been awesome
that
too. Whether or
that's
not he
who I would
even
have
would have
picked.
wanted it, but would he? We don't even know if he even wanted that role or not. You know what I mean? I know he's been in Batman Begins and all that, but uh, we still don't know. Maybe he's over the comic book movie type of thing that has no intention to do that. Who knows? Or maybe they just felt like this was still the best move. And you know, do you think it feels kind of desperate?
It
Being in the state of the MCU.
it does. To me, it reeks of desperation a little bit, but at the same time, I had sort of a little bit of a different thought process than you.
Mm-hmm.
My thought is oh, they showed him, but it's not gonna be him. They're gonna reference to the story where there's a I was I was trying to figure it out, so I looked up some stuff, and there's a story where they reference um, Tony Stark uh, being tricked by what's his name, Victor. He gets tricked by
Mm-hmm.
Victor, and I haven't found the book yet to read it, but I wanna find it and
Do you
read
think
it.
he's
But
a red herring?
I think he's a red herring. I honestly think he's a red herring, and I
The
hope
only
he is.
reason,
I hope he is, and that we do see Tony, but it's gonna be Tony. It's gonna be RDJ in a flashback, to sort of hint at like, oh, this is the same universe as the Marvel, the Avengers. It's just gonna be the same universe, and hopefully, my thought is it's gonna lead into the Secret Wars, where Doctor Doom becomes sort of the omnipotent force. Uh,
isn't there a part of it where he's kind of like an anti-hero? Like he becomes like the one force
he's like the
that's gonna
God
save
Emperor
him.
Supreme, and he's like we have to do this, and we have to live life like this because the universes are gonna collapse in on themselves, and all sorts of stuff. And he has like the thing is the wall between the universes and all that.
Hmm.
So I think they're gonna lead into something like that. I don't know. I to be honest, I feel he's a red herring. It's not.
The only thing that kind of makes me feel like that might not be the case is that there'll be something else, some other component to it. Maybe it's just is another version, but is the reveal was almost like so big, you know what I mean? That it's like for it to be a red herring would kind of feel, I don't know, like
Like a betrayal to the people who saw
yeah,
it
like
there.
it's just like,
Yeah,
well, they made this big old thing, and then it's just like, oh, it's not him. You know what I mean? And then
I
it's like, and then at that point, it's like, well, who is going to play the real Doctor Doom, and who's going to replace RDJ? You know what I mean? Like with the actual guy, like who's the face that could actually get people to kind of look there and have like a kind of like and then have that excitement to see the actual one revealed if that was the case. I don't know, that's where it gets kind of tricky and makes me think like, oh, I don't see them doing that. You know,
Channing
I
Tatum.
don't know. Maybe you're right, but um,
It should be Channing
it
Tatum.
Channing Tatum,
He's got the jawline for it.
Channing Tatum, you're killing me, Kenny.
He's got the jawline
Channing
for it.
Tatum. Oh
Uh,
man, like it has to be someone like a Killian Murphy because, and
yeah.
honestly, to me, that's like the only actor that could pull that off because it, not just because like I know there's other actors that could do it. It's just that it's what based off of like what the fans. If you're really trying to get the fans on board and have it be a moment that you're hoping it to be and hit the way that you're hoping it to hit, it has to be someone like a Killian
Yeah.
Murphy.
He has that
If you were to do
intensity.
that,
He has
if
the
you were to do that,
intensity to like just because Victor Von Doom is a villain. Like
yeah,
he is the definition of a villain.
and he's our bad.
Yeah.
What do you think about the whole not just the RDJ reveal, but them revealing basically that they're essentially doing away with the whole Kang thing?
Um. I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, Kang was. I don't think they were gonna do Kang right. At the same time, I
Just based off of the way that it was going already.
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel the
I
same way.
didn't think that they were gonna do it right, and
Yeah,
so
that's my hot take. There is that I just wasn't a
blessing and
fan of
disgrace.
Jonathan Majors as a Kang, dude. I don't know if he was cast properly for that. I know what they were thinking. Like he's a very talented actor, and he's done a bunch of different things, and he's shown that he has this range, right? And so you thought, oh, this is perfect. He's going to play different versions. It's all going to work out. And I don't know, man. Like I wasn't really that impressed with it, and it might not be his fault. It might just be just poor casting for this character. And sometimes you need those things to fit like a glove, man. If you're talking about like the big bad, your big bad, it has to be someone that's like undeniable and it just works and it works on screen. I don't know. I just wasn't getting that, man. Like and I hate to be like, it's not even like, I hate to, I'm not trying to be mean about it, but it just didn't work for me for me at least.
Just
Yeah,
because you're a bad guy in real life doesn't mean you should play a bad guy in a movie.
you would think
Yeah,
he'd be really great at it. He
it
was a better
felt
bad guy in real life than what he was
yeah,
in the movie.
yeah. He almost got us believe in him the first time when he's like, I didn't do it. Um, and honestly though, I think that they were trying to go too big with
The
the
reveal.
with him. I get that, it's a multiverse thing, but you know, the reveal that we saw in Quantumania with all the Kangs across all of them and that they're all working together to try to sort of take over
Yeah.
everything. It felt too much for me. It felt
And it
like
also didn't feel like it was supposed to be a very threatening scene, and you just weren't really that maybe
no,
it's just because the movie
you
that
were
it comes
like,
out in wasn't that great to begin with.
hey,
But
I like that man.
yeah, but it's like, dude, that
It
reveal
wasn't.
happens in an Avengers movie in the first set of films. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that reveal of Thanos, and Thanos was always this lingering thing until he wasn't, and then he was like this massive presence when he does come out. He makes a splash, right? Beats the shit out of the Hulk, and you know, I think they just went about it the wrong way. And then even then, it's like you watch it when it does happen, and you're like, this guy's not intimidating. I'm sorry, like I just don't see how he can be that big of a threat, even with all these
yeah.
Kangs.
When you see him in Loki and he goes, "Go for it, kill me. Nothing's gonna happen. I'm just gonna come back," kind of thing. I think it was the writing more than anything.
Yeah,
Would you be open to a newcomer?
yeah, oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
dude. I was all for recasting for sure. Like I don't think they can just drop the storyline, but you know, I mean, even if Doom uses Kang in some way like a puppet, or I don't know what the answer is really there. I honestly, I don't know. I don't think I know enough about Kang's various storylines or where they could take that story, or if he's somebody that is going to be the next is somebody that's going to be the next
Big bad.
yeah, like big bad, if he's going to be a threat leading up to Doom, or if it's something that's going to be along with Doom, or maybe even after Doom. I don't really know. You know, comic book fans know how big of a threat that Doom is, but the casual fans don't, and they need to just really be careful with how they execute and build him up. and and you know, I don't know, this reveal is kind of interesting when you think about that, because it's like how you're kind of just throwing him out there at us, and we're like, oh yeah, okay, Robert Downey Jr. is going to play Dr. Doom. Okay, Dr. Doom's going to be the guy. All right, we're doing this. And it's like, well, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, actions speak louder than words. So we'll see how they pull it off, man. Honestly, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's Robert Downey Jr. I also have faith in him as a collaborator and an actor to be a part of something that he knows. And it's not just Robert Downey Jr. Remember, they also announced that the Russo brothers are going to be the ones directing. And so, you know, that's another thing that's kind of like, all right, we're gonna make you guys feel, you know, hopefully this makes you feel safer with the future, and you know, we know you guys loved Endgame and all that, so hopefully, you know, they we have more, you guys have more faith in us, you know, having pulled off these moves. Again, safe kind of moves there,
Yeah.
but who knows, man? If
Look,
they pull it off right, it might be great.
I still think RDJ is a red herring.
That's your call. That's your call, red herring. I'm gonna say he's not a red herring, and I just think it's within the story of what they're doing. That's my call. But you know, we'll see.
What if he does play a Doctor Doom? And this is, I'm just theory crafting here. This is the last thing I'll say. Um, he's the Victor Von Doom of one universe, and then we get our Victor Von Doom,
Like the real threat. So
the one
that's
from
like
our the
that's the
one
red
that's going to be
herring of it.
from the MCU universe instead of the secondary universe, the Avengers universe.
Yeah.
Him from that universe.
Now, do we
But
get him introduced in Fantastic Four, like teased, or
that's
do we get a
I would
tease?
rather a tease. I would rather a tease like Thanos
They mention him or
than
something.
a whole reveal of the character,
But
because
it's hard to not go through a Fantastic Four movie and not hear that name at all. You know what I mean?
yeah, but you can do it, especially if they keep it hidden sort of for the normies that
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know who he is before he's Doctor Doom. I mean, his name is
Yeah.
Victor
Yeah.
Von Doom. but at the same time, you don't have to reveal him as the actual bad guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's just another character. He went through this shit with the Fantastic Four like he did, but you don't have to reveal him as the villain in the first movie. You don't.
Right, right. I mean, that to me is going to be the interesting thing. We'll see what happens with knowing the way they've been doing the movies. They won't even mention him at all. Like to me, you would think that there would be some kind of mention of him, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't mention him at all. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. And if there is a tease, it's going to be the slightest of teases.
The mask that he's like, oh, it's passed down in my family.
Or I don't like. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not even there. Like maybe they just mention his name, or
Oh, is
maybe
the
mention
benefactor to the
Victor.
project.
Yeah, like something to that extent where it's just like, oh, okay. But at the same time, like it would be, I wouldn't be surprised, but then I would be surprised. I guess I'll say that. It's just like I hope they do. I hope they have some kind of mention of it. I'm more interested in that. That's honestly the thing that I was thinking about too. Is just with the whole announcement is like, okay, now they've announced this before Fantastic Four coming out. Are we getting a post credit scene or something
Yeah.
that alludes to that?
With just a little tease, not too much of a tease.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Just a little
We
bit
don't
of
need a big
cleavage.
thing.
Just a little bit of
Yeah.
cleavage. You know,
Yeah,
give us
okay.
full nipple the first movie.
Just a little tease, like if I could quote Chris Farley, my boy Chris Farley in Beverly Hills Ninja, we were merely trying to get close to the temple, not inside, not inside, just close. Yeah, no, no. You know what? I am excited though. I'm actually more intrigued and interested. I don't know if excited is the right word because just a shocking. It's a pretty shocking pick,
Yeah.
but I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Fingers crossed for the best.
Fingers crossed.
Thank you
Fingers
guys again
crossed.
for joining us. Thank you guys for coming back after our little break. We hope you guys had an awesome July. Looking forward to August, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.
Take care.